Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Get that out of there. Well, I hope you can too. It's your boy Matty-Rants. I'm doing this from both the what's it called? I'm both the landscape and the portrait mode today. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and being here. Go ahead and hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate you so much for being here today. We're going to have a conversation of sorts, a long-winded one, if you will. You know, this is how these reviews go. So get yourself something going on in your home if you need to fiddle with some sticks, especially for you ADHD gals. I'm right there with you. And if you're just driving on the long road, take a little bit of your time. We're going to be here for just a tad bit. But yeah, we're going to talk about this Snatch Game of Love episode. Snatch Game of Love episode. It is an 80s ladies runway, a lip sync, and results. And you know I stand my baby girl. But yes, I was shocked by the results of this week's episodes. I was gagged, if you will. And I'm like, what? But I'm going to give some coots because I think anybody punching down on her right now is kind of ridiculous. It's not like it was terrible. But for me, I said, oh, okay, all right, not on my forecast, but okay. Now I don't know what's going to happen next week, but we shall see. But it was a little wild. It was a little wild, but I would say this was a successful Snatch Game because the majority of the cast did very good. Somebody did not get critiques, and I don't know why specifically. I'm not sure if it was because their character looked more like the bad guy in the movie The Cell than the Pope. Possibly if John Malkovich were to do some sort of method acting, if you will. I don't know if that was the reason. Maybe because she wore sandals. I was wondering, like, why is she not getting any conversation? Low-key, you built up the episode around her wanting to be praised. Sorry. It's the truth. But I said, okay. I still think that there was a lot of good performances today. One person in particular who kind of got away with it that wasn't so good, but was still fine. We'll get there. We'll do that. So let me get to my social medias and get this show started for you today. It's at Matty-Rants everywhere except for X, which is at the Matty-Rants. There's a Linktree link in my About section. It'll take you everywhere where you need to go. Go ahead and click on that link and it'll, like I said, take you everywhere you need to go. Why am I repeating myself? I also do reactions on Patreon. I have uploaded the most recent episode of Traders. As you know, I stopped reviewing it on this channel, but I'll be back for the reunion. But if you want to continue catching my thoughts on the Traders, go over to my Patreon for as low as $1 a month. It'll be $2 starting in March, but right now it's $1 a month, and get you some. There's over 700 plus videos. I did this episode 2 for RuPaul's Drag Race. It is available, as well as UK versus the World, soon to be a show that the audience on Patreon picks that I'm going to be watching, and House of Villains, which starts in a couple of days, is doing a 3-episode premiere. So if you're on my Patreon, I'll be doing reactions to House of Villains with our girl Plain Jane on there and a few other people. And then I'm also going to be doing reviews here on my channel for House of Villains. So if you want to watch House of Villains, I believe it's going to be on Peacock this year. Yeah, so it'll be easy to consume for those of you who have that P in the cock. But yeah, well, check out my Patreon. Bookable on Cameo, merch available at dragqueenmerch.com, and P.O. Box available if you want to send me anything special. I'm also an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. Get that free week on me. Catch RuPaul. Catch RuPaul. Catch out. What is that? RuPaul's Drag Race, South Park, and so much more on there. And I think that's enough. And that's it. Appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and drop a disclaimer because, opinions will be said today and some people take me a little too seriously. But this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by myself are just my sole personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or the individuals mentioned on this program, so please don't be rude. Grab your libations and strap in. I'm a little bit of a talker. Don't post any spoilers in the chat. And if you feel uncomfortable viewing this program, consume some Activia and have yourself a good old nasty gassy boot. If you want to drop any love in my jar for your boy hosting with the most in today, there's a lot on my plate, but it would be helpful if you want to. But if you don't want to, that's fine, because the thumbs up button, I am most certainly encouraging. You need to hit more of it. If you see this video and it gives you the hype option, hype that sucker, as well as get in the comment section and leave a comment. A comment. Yes, drop a comment. A comment in the comment section. The algorithm cares about that. Please and thank you. If you do want to show any love, it's paypal.me/Matty-Rants, Cash App $99924, and Venmo Matty-Rants. I have been applying like crazy, and I think something's coming through. I got a phone call, y'all. I did. So it was just some preliminary stuff. I got to take another test, and then they're going to see about an interview. So that's good news. However, we got 2 in the pocket right now, okay, that I'm feeling kind of strong about. We bumped up the resume. It looks much better. It was a mess because low-key I thought I was giving, I had to like remove a whole bunch of stuff and make it like a little bit more one-page streamline, if you will. And that's actually been working out. So that's good. Car's doing good. We're there on that. She's fine. We got to still get the catalytic converted, but right now it's not deep. So I'm happy with that. That's my little baby. Y'all know my car's name is Bernice. She be pushing. And our friends trip that I do annually has finally been put on, and so I got to get ready for that. And so I've literally started dropping all bull ass, because I wanted to swear, but I need to not because it's still early in the video, but BS bills, everything like that. We're dropping so much. I am also going on my workout regimen because I want to be so cut for Puerto Vallarta again. I'm so excited. So yes, I'm trying my best to get everything in order here. And with this channel, of course, I'm keeping up with it. But just so you know, the moment they say, Maddie, you in that Zor, I'm going to be like, all right, y'all, we're going to have to clear some days for when I can do videos. Okay, so just hang in there with me. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it well. But yes, I'm on like a mission for 2026. No matter what criticism I do face or what others need to bring me down in that process, I know what goals I have and I know what the mission is. And as far as this crazy world that we're living in right now, so much going on, I gotta stay focused. And so I can't be pushing on nobody right now. And so if someone want to give me that little because you want to humble me and you don't like when people like me speak up, that's fine. That's your mission. I got my own, baby. So love you all down. Hope everyone's doing good. Whatever you may be going through right now, I'm wishing you nothing but the best and no stress. Let's get into RuPaul's Drag Race season 18, episode 8. I'm a little bit upset that my girl went, but like, I don't know. At this point, that's where I was at. My mind was like, I don't know. Like, yeah, there was a bad performance on both of their parts. If we're going to really talk about it for Snatch Game, when it came to the lip sync itself, I wasn't really happy with the song, if I'm going to be honest with you, especially for the 2 people that they had up there cackadacking. I was like, oh. I know we were going for the 80s as a child of the 80s, but I'm thinking you could have pulled out something else. I know Brooke Shields was there, but why is this the song? Did you have intentions for somebody else to do it? It is what it is. Imagine being dressed as Shaka Khan and Prince and y'all doing a go-go. So I said, I wish that there was a little bit of a conversation in the room as far as what needed to happen there, or at least another wheelhouse of a song in the repertoire. But it is what it is. And the runway was not my favorite thing at all. And I love the 80s. Y'all know that's where Pisa's aesthetic is going to be basically based in. Okay. Very late 80s, 90s it girl. But I was like, okay, so we're doing impersonations. Is it needing to be fully the T? Are we going based off of that look, or it just needs to resemble said individuals? Like, what is this? And I need like specifically to go there, because as much as the girls were like Discord should have been in the top, that was when I was like, maybe not, because her Reba, I wasn't really getting Reba like y'all may have gotten Reba. Maybe Reba with us, some sort of, an issue with her feet. Possibly a Dr. Scholl's is necessary in her souls, if you will. I thought I saw Annie Potts for a second. And if you know that person, you know where I'm talking about, designing women. I was like, that's Annie. Before I would have thought Reeb, while she was walking with what may have been a back brace, or possibly, an alignment issue. I don't know. But I thought to myself, maybe that's where that came from. But it is what it is. Reba after bunion surgery. Reba's Discourse Reba was accurate as far as lack of lips. I mean, that's not difficult to when we haven't even gotten into the show. Can we start? How dare you make me read your comment and then have to go where I had to go? Because that's not fair. I wasn't trying to be this person today, even though the girls are saying that Reddit tea was true. JMCL, thank you so much for the tippy poo. I appreciate you, my love. Usual tip. Hold on. I can't read. What is this? And get that wet cat food. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, in the Patreon, I sometimes need to be like, hey, can y'all leave a comment? What is going on with my mouth? Comment in the comment section telling me like to remind me of something, because my ADHD is bad and I'll forget. So I said, please help me remind me to get wet food. I did this morning. We didn't get a lot of it today because I also realized, and I'm currently like low on the coin, I had to get like litter, not just one box, but 2 boxes of litter, because one cat likes a specific litter and the other one, like, I'm not lying. Bitch, they both like different litters now. Ramina won't use Mamu's box and Mama won't use Mina's box. It is weird. I don't know what's going on, but I am allowing my cats to run my home, and that's what's happening. So I had to get 2 today on top of that. So I was like, but we did get the wet and we did get that taken care of. Shout out to my local PetSmart. I appreciate you. You need to have better deals though, because y'all be tripping. But that's the only place that has that litter I need. Shout out to the kids. They're currently asleep right now in the cat tower. Oh, okay. Let's get to the show. Y'all, I was sad that Vita, you want to eat was gone too. I was sad. I like Vita a lot. I thought she's a great queen, honestly. But I'm also in the same boat of going, okay, my apologies. Girl, it's okay. I'm going to the sink. We are cleaning this kitchen. Baby, a whole fruit fly. I got bananas the other day. Never again. I need to get fruit, and it just needs to be in my home for like 24 hours to be done. I got bananas the other day, all of a sudden. And I had to look at it like, oh, you want this smoke right now? No, it didn't. It did not. That's right. You go right back to the bananas. I will be over there to ruin you in a second. Excuse me. I was like, I'm not even. Get out of here. I'm in the middle of my live. I'm going to let you live for just a millisecond. Just a millisecond. Girl, this is why I don't like getting fruit sometimes. I swear there's always a fruit fly. Literally every time I get one. Oh, okay. Sorry. Back to the show, because that was going to bother me. Baby, I was like, I'm about to kill this motherfucker. right now. You better move on. Oh, see, no, Houston, it's 80 something degrees. Yes, 80 degrees in February. It's almost spring already, or summer, if you will, in Houston. So no, all the wasps are out. The mosquito eaters are flying around, bugs galore, gnats up. It's as if winter never existed. Ever. It's as if it was never cold a couple of weeks ago. I hate it so much. I wish it was snowing, low key. But listen, back to this. Again, I miss Vita, but Mikey did eat, and I'm excited for them. Now, Discord, and I knew we either were going to get a win out of her this week, or possibly they were going to pull it back again. Because it's this, I'm always so close, yet so far away. I do feel bad for people in situations like this, especially when you know you're chewing, or at least you're doing good enough to still be there. And then you get the high critiques, but you never win. But you've been in this show for like 8 weeks now. And it's like, oh my God. Like, okay, what's about to happen here, baby? Am I just being pulled up? I would start thinking, are they keeping me just for shits and giggles because I walk crazy? That's where my mind would be at. Like, okay, is my drag really giving, or are these people just keeping me here as a little joke? So a little like feel of the bads for them, but also they're in this competition and they need to pull it together. They're also in a competition with a bunch of bad bitches, if I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of good queens in the improv and comedy department this season. A lot of good queens. Now, Brooke Shields being the guest was a gag for me. Shout out to Brooke. I'm old enough to appreciate who Brooke Shields is. Blue Lagoon was my introduction. And then when you find out everything about that movie, and I'm talking about, they used to play Blue Lagoon on TNT on television, daytime. Okay? But if you know the history about Blue Lagoon, and then that whole moment when she goes, my first kiss, I was like, oh my God. Because I forgot they used to be putting Brooke in some situations back in the day. They used to have Brooke in some situations. But no, she was the it girl in the 80s, for the people that do not know. That Playboy spread, okay, talk about a Kendrick. It's also one of the best photos they ever had on Playboy. If you really want to talk, like face shot alone, Brooke chewed that Playboy shot up. But she's an icon and she's a legend. And yes, my young babies, please do your research on some Brooke Shields. As a matter of fact, get into the 80s like models of the world and the supermodels, if you will. Y'all love Naomi Campbell. Go get into Brooke Shields. She wasn't a runway model, but she was a print girl. And she'd give you all of that for the photos in every magazine every magazine she was in. Like, she was that kind of girl. Like, she was the face at one point in time. And then the Calvin Klein ad, yes, very much that. Like, mama was that girl. Okay, nothing comes between me and my Calvins. Like, oh, I miss the old days. Sometimes. Well, I mean, right now I do. I miss it when the McDonald's commercial used to have the late night and it was the man with the moon face that was playing the piano with the shades. That's how old I am. I miss it when there was the Domino's Nabbit. Domino's used to have a character that was like literally like annoyed or something, and it would steal. Like, come on. Like, we used to have like actual bullshit. Like, okay, I'll give you all something that's not so like old or whatever, if you even consider it that. What about the Quiznos, like weird hamsters with the fucked up faces? We used to have so much good stuff. I never wanted to go to Quiznos until that commercial came out with those weird hamsters. I was like, okay, I'm totally going over to this place and getting us up. But shout out to Brookie. I was like, this is dope that Brooke Shields was there. I would have been freaking out. But yeah, this was the start of a very interesting episode. Come on, singing raisins. Oh my God. What do you know about that? See, that was low-key racist. So why? Why is that out? Ray Charles as a raisin singing. What is that? What is going on here? Where are the white raisins? What is why? Okay, no, let's get back to the episode, please, because you will have me go down a rabbit hole of that shit was low key, kind of racist, not really, and then the ones that were absolutely. Like, reminder, we used to have Aunt Jemima, and now it's called like something mountain, something, something. And it's like, baby, listen, Miss Mama used to be in front of that package. Ha ha. I'm sorry, that shit used to drive me nuts as a kid when we would see her face. I'm like, girl, what is going on? Okay, moving on. Darlene Mitchell is a treat, and also it is sort of iconic that every time she is placing high in episodes, the person who is her scene partner or who she is working with ends up going home. So the idea of Jane working with her to get out the competition is rich. I also find it funny because Jane is doing very, very well. But I think Jane should kind of have more W's by now. I don't know. Do y'all agree, chat? I was going through this episode today and I was doing like, screen grabs and everything. I said, Jane should have at least another one. Kinda. Does she have, wait, is it still one win or does she have two? Because I think that's where my brain was clicking in, where I'm like, she doesn't have two yet? I think that's where it was at. She doesn't have two yet. It's just one right now, but high like almost every episode. That's crazy, right? I know there's still more challenges to go now, but I still beg the question just a little bit, only because you have someone like Discord who's been high multiple times. Had some highs, and then there's also been safe before we've been in a situation to have to say lip sync or do whatever. Yeah, isn't that kind of crazy? I don't know if that would start digging at me a little bit, like, okay, I did it that one time, but how come I can't get it to go another time? Like, how come I can't get it to do it like this, that, and the other, right? So mods, take care of that, because what? Weird. Appreciate you, mods. Make sure we keep this chat clean. This is for Rant Pack. We are trying to have a good time today. We're not here to feed anybody's foolery, all right? Thank you, mods, keeping the chat clean right there. So back to the episode. RuPaul and Asia steps into the workroom, and once again, we do not have a mini challenge. Is there no more time in the episodes? Like, is it way too much going on now? I do need a mini challenge. I need a mini challenge bad. Not gonna lie. I need a little bit of Sillery. I need some storytelling there. I need some additions and equations and minus and subtractions. Maybe, I think, if I were to guess what the next, if they were to do a mini challenge would be, it would probably be the one where they have to vote. Again, like, who is this person? Who is that person? How do you feel about this? Who's in the bottom? Who's going to go home next week? That's where my mind is driving down the lane, if you will. It's on that track of, if we're going to do a mini, that's going to be something like that. But I don't know. Oh, the library has yet to be opened, and I'm kind of concerned. I'm hoping it's open next week. I'm not going to lie to you, because I think there's enough queens to do that now where it's not too long or whatever, but I think we do need a little bit of the library. We still haven't had that. Budget cuts? Maybe. Or maybe they're just out of ideas and they just want to keep the flow going. I think that's where it's at. They're out of ideas and they're just trying to keep the flow going. What's up, Simple Rad? What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to everybody tuning into this live today. Appreciate you for being here today. It is nothing but love coming out of this body. So if you have something else on your mind, fuck, you need to get into this chat and have yourself a good time today and be a part of the equation and persuasion here. So hit that thumbs up button, get in the comment section and talk about this episode. And also, if you want to show a little bit of love, please and thank you. It's paypal.me/Matty-Rants, Cash App LSFYL924, and Venmo Matty-Rants. Appreciate you for being here today. And super chats, if you want to super chat. The way I'm about to run through, because there is no need to break down this in the middle and in between. Athena wanting to do Charlie Chaplin. All right, glad that decision wasn't made, but here's where we get. All right. If you are a super fan of Juicy, like a Barb is to Nikki, and you cannot take any criticism, step out the room. And I'm not going to come for Juicy in any kind of way that's rude, because I like Juicy a lot. I see it. Go off, bitch. But let's have this conversation. You don't have a first option for Snatch Game. You didn't have a second option. You didn't have a third or a fourth. JoJo Siwa was out the blue, but it's obvious that the outfit was also in the box too. And I'm going to be real. Her JoJo was trash, mama. I'm sorry. There is no like, oh, it was fine. No, that was awful. That runway was the tits. And she deserved to stay and not be in the bottom just for that runway. That runway was Celia cruising. But I am also a tad bit like, okay, everybody in this room, we can no longer carry her in certain situations. Like we really can't. I know it's wonderful y'all building the sisterhood up, Key and the Cack and doing all that, and she's the young baby. Like, let them lead the way. Whitney Houston said, no. Like, I need you to have something here, because let's be real. She wanted to do America Ferrera, but America Ferrera and Ugly Betty. Not America Ferrera, the actress, not America Ferrera, the person, but America Ferrera as Ugly Betty. Y'all already know that one of my options for Snatch Game, if I ever get on the show, is to be Jasmine Guy, but as Whitley Gilbert from a different from a different world. You know, Southern accent and twang, all that. That's where my mind would go to that character, because one, I know RuPaul would know that show. Two, she knows who Jasmine Guy is. And three, the references are not going to go over her head, because I'm going to be speaking from a time frame of the late 80s and early 90s when she was still cognizant. It's okay. So you want to do somebody who is already a character who you're about to portray as, I want to be your assistant, and and I thought to myself, that wasn't her on the show. I watched Ugly Betty. It was a great show, by the way. If you've never seen it and y'all have access to, I think, Hulu or whatever it's on, yeah, watch Ugly Betty. Was a good show. It was good. I didn't like the later seasons. I never liked the later seasons. But like, I didn't see this being funny for a regular Snatch Game, where now they have to do Snatch Game of Love Island. Love Island's a show where a bunch of really hot people, the majority of them are hot people, go to an island and swap STIs. And no, they don't. Excuse me. Back up, Matt. They find love there, and they must choose to be a couple like immediately, and then build bonds, and they can switch and do this and that and the other. And the idea is to be the last one couple standing to win some money. And again, the world, also America or whoever is watching. And so we as an audience also get to choose who gets to be in the bottom sometimes, who may go home, all that kind of stuff. It is awful television. It can be very entertaining at times. I did watch this last season, Team Alandria. One more time. Team Alandria. Alandria forever. Love Alandria. Bad bitch, right? Fuck Huda. Racist vote. But I watched the previous season before Alandria season. I had to go in and out of Alandria's because it was getting too much. I kept seeing the bullshit that everybody else was going to see later. And I was like, watch, she's going to show herself. And I was right. But the previous one with the winners, it was Cordell and what's my girl's name? I have Jana's name on the tip of my tongue. She didn't win, but that was my bitch. And also, all my love of Jana, because Jana found out the person who she was with, Kenny, I think he's Puerto Rican or whatever. They were like together or whatnot, but he was only doing it for like money and press. And like behind her back, he was calling her all kinds of racist stuff and like all this messed up shit to his friends and everything. And then she got a hold of those text messages and all that kind of stuff. And so then he went on the whole little like, oh, I'm not that person, blah, 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 trying to say that everybody was making him to be like this villain. And now he's going to be on, I believe, Big Brother, like Puerto Rico or something like that. I was like, oh, this is messy. But he got the fame out of it and he's running with it. It's crazy. But yeah, love you, Jana. I love her. She was everything. Serena, there we go. Cordell and Serena. That was great. That was a good love story. That was wonderful to watch. Yeah, honestly, that season was really, I would recommend that one. That season was really good. Really good. Really, 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 really good. But I don't know if I can jump back into Love Island again because that show is, the audience is extremely toxic. Just like for all of reality television right now, unfortunately, no matter what show it, I believe it is. Either way, I thought America Ferrera is not going to be it. Then they wanted to do Becky G, and I'm like, I feel someone also did Becky G and was not Becky good. And no one really likes, or no, I shouldn't say likes, because there are people who like Becky G. For me, I know Becky G from a Comcast commercial. That's not my jush. That's not my jush. The name alone makes me giggle, and not in a positive way. Like, I'm all right with you. Athena saying Charlie Chaplin, but I got E.T. in that one scene with Drew Barrymore, and I thought, oh, is Athena and Mikey going to be sitting next to each other? That would be so funny. But I'm happy that they did male characters too. I'm glad that Drag Race isn't trying to like throw them all into like a little bubble, even though they do with other things. But the idea of Nene Coco doing David Attenborough, who Something Wong did David Attenborough on Drag Race UK season 1 for Snatch Game, and it was not the best. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. So I think that Nene Coco low-key had a redemption for David. And I think that Mikey had a redemption for Willow Pills, Drew Barrymore, this Snatch Game. That's why I was like, this was a successful Snatch Game to me, personally. It was way better. Mia should have done Prince for the Snatch Game. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that Jehovah's Witness. When Mia was up there talking about, Prince was one of our queens, I said, what are you talking about? That man hated our gay asses. What are you talking about? Dressed like a sissy and hated us 1,000% down, man. He would be not, what you talking about, Jehovah? I was like, so many people know of Prince, but they do not know Prince. And as someone who was thinking of definitely doing a lot of shows and imitations and all this and practicing Prince, when I went down that pipeline, I was like, that man, he's an icon, but like, okay, he's had a little, he had some opinions. I'm dead serious. And the thing is he came out during the New Romantics era, which is where a lot of the men in music were going into this very androgynous take and wearing these blouses and wearing this makeup, and it was driving women crazy. And it was like almost like this renaissance of like what would be perceived as sexy to women through music and through artistry. Because a lot of the times it was very much the straight lace, clean cut kind of guy, this, that, and the other. But during that time of the New Romantics and what things were going on in the world, people wanted something a little bit different. And so Prince was a part of that. I believe Eurythmics were in there. Who else can I throw into that? Boy George is a part of that, if I'm correct, and a couple other artists too. But yeah, he did. He was definitely an artist, but he is a Jehovah's Witness. Nothing wrong with you being a Jehovah's Witness. Y'all know I'm 70 Adventist, but like his way of going into, he's not really for us. Duran out of it. Come on, thank you. Flock of Seagulls. Okay, see, David Bowie. David Bowie's a great example of that era. So, but David is also a lot different than Prince. But yes, I'm glad I could teach some of y'all some things. And for the others who know what I'm talking about, okay, we've learned a lot. And also, I got to give a shout to Viv too, because Viv actually did give me some information and told me a lot of stuff about the New Romantics era and stuff like that. Made my sister rest in peace. So, yep. But yeah. That's kind of why people think that Prince is so for the community. technically he was a pioneer, absolutely, and totally changed the game for a lot of stuff. But later in life, kind of like how Little Richard is like a self-hating sis. Ooh, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and being here. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and being here today. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. Shout out to CJ. I appreciate the people on Cashier. Happy to be here. Too much been going on. I know that's what's up. I'm happy at the moment, and I'm glad you're happy, CJ. We're gonna hold on to the happiness, baby. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Plain. Ooh. Jane Don't. I got Plane on my mind because we're going to be talking about Plane next week. So, Jane Don't doing Truman Capote is one of the greatest things to ever happen in the history of all time. I don't care what you think. I may be old, bitch, but I'll tell you what. Her doing Truman Capote, it was a great performance, and I almost wish she went into the route that Philip Seymour Hoffman did when they were doing Truman, as they were talking about all the women and the things that, they did and all of that stuff. If you've not seen that movie, Capote, please go see it. Philip Seymour Hoffman, he's no longer with us. May he rest in peace. Played Truman Capote. Whew. That movie will take you there, okay? And there's a book he wrote in Cold Blood, okay? And that movie is about that and what happened and everything else. It's like his most famous work, if you will. And he's also known as a socialite to all the women, meaning like people like Brooke Shields would have some sort of like, you know what I mean? Like that man was also, I forget what he also did specifically where he was a socialite, but I know he was a writer and used to write about all of his like, the women that he would meet and this and the other. Remember that show, The Swans, that came out on FX? That was about Truman Capote and the women that he was around. And of course, he was a gossip and all the things would spread, right? Philip Seymour Hoffman's son is a great actor. Wasn't he him? Is that the guy in Begonia? Isn't that him? Because he looked just like him. Speaking of which, Begonia was a great movie. But if you're wondering if you were like, should I go see that, Matt? It is weird, but it's great. It was a good mind fuck. I was thoroughly pleased with that last act. I was gagged. I was gagged. I thought I knew what was going on. I was so, oh my God, it was good. Shout out to Emma Stone, getting these people mixed up. Oh my God. Emma Stone is a great actress. And I see old boy likes to work with her, the guy who wrote and directed that movie, because he did Poor Little Things too. But yeah, I was happy with the Capote choice here. And Jane, that lets me into your world. And that's why I love her. Because I'm like, okay, this bitch is on my kind of wavelength of like, take it there if we're going to do it. Okay. Darlene doing Mrs. Claus, easy. A horny Mrs. Claus. I'm just going to be real. That's easy. Let's see what happens. Nene Coco, David Attenborough, here for it. Mia Starr. Mia Starr. Mia. Oh, Mia. The first option, it was like, oh. Then she said, I'm going to be Bloody Mary. Could have actually been a home run. Could have been a home run. Not one mirror joke. Not one blood joke. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, girl, you pick somebody who literally you could run the hell away with it. You could just run it. I mean, RuPaul was we'll get there, but I couldn't believe it. Talk about the blood. As soon as the blood type question was asked, I mean, where do we start? Like that. Yes, all of it. Like what? I couldn't believe it. Mirrors, blood, vengeance, like all of it. And then it should have been, you look familiar. Yeah, I know who you are. Bitch, you called me 3 years ago, didn't you? That kind of stuff could have been happening. She could have played with the cast and everything. I know your mother. Sure do. That's why she has that scratch on her face. Like, they could, so much could have been done with that. Very, very, very much. Because Bloody Mary's been there forever. There was no research on the character. And if you're really going to be honest, they're like, Matt, can you research that? Yes. Yes, you can pull up Google shit. You can look at YouTube videos. Someone's going to give you the lore of what Bloody Mary is. And if Mia actually did that versus looking at it as a game at home as a kid, she could have had some things to work with there and then add on to it. But yeah. We were just talking about doing fantasy characters and how it's like, you almost picked a softball, and if you can't hit it, then oh my God. And that's kind of where I'm at with these imaginary or characters that are creations versus actual people. Because in a Snatch Game, it's supposed to be like celebrity squares. You're supposed to be doing celebrity impersonations. Bloody Mary's not a celebrity, but is famous because of lore. So like, I get why people do that, but if you're going to do it, you better pee, bitch. Like, you got to pee, girl, because like that's our look into that character. You didn't even say Louis Vuitton's mistake. That gagged me. I said, this lady said Louis Vuitton. I was weak. Weak. Athena needing to pivot, and RuPaul. I wonder if the global people who watch Global All Stars got a little triggered by this. Y2K. Now that would be a gag. No shame. That would be a gag. If Juicy had to send her mama home. like vomit. You know what I mean? This was giving me Global's tease. You're Greek, right? Okay. So if you're Greek, you need to be something Greek. Don't you know any Greek people? Be something Greek. Be Greek. I was like, I'm looking at Rue like, be Greek? This is me, Athena. You know any famous Greek people? Or is she just telling you to be Greek? Because like, what is that? Like, imagine if Kenya got, you know how to be black, right? You know how to you know how to be that, right? You got that right. You know where you from. So you be that. What? You're Chinese, right? Oh, okay. So you know what China is. You've been to China. Okay, so you could be what? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make it more than what it is. I am low-key just making fun of how it sounds to me versus any. You hear what I'm saying? I'm trying to like let y'all feel the lightness of it, but also understand that it's kind of crazy because it's very, you don't know how to speak no English, huh, bitch? So you be somebody Spanish and you just say a whole bunch of stuff that don't make no goddamn sense to me, and I'm gonna laugh. Kind of is what that was. She said, make up something. I said, okay. Imagine her going to a deaf person. You can't hear and speak, right? So why don't you do a character that can? Play into that. Just say some stuff. We won't know, and then just go from there. That'd be wild. I could see it happening. Unfortunately. I get it, but I low-key think Athena probably would have ended up in the bottom if she had gone with a convoluted Charlie Chaplin idea. Oh, no. She would have been in the bottom. Hold on. We're not knocking that out. I am not leaving you at the door. Do you understand me? I am right there with you. Oh, she'd been gone. Do you understand me? As a Charlie Chaplin for a Love Island where you're a silent movie picture actor and you're not going to be able to say anything but only convey through physical comedy, which we can... I'm looking at Athena, love her down. No. So I said, okay, let's see what this pivot is given. I was kind of here for the Jackie Onassis, the first Onassis before the Jackie O. That I actually had to give her like applause for because it was a cute character that was a made-up character, but applied to someone who is real. So that way there is a point of view of who is this woman? Is she just a Greek lady? No, this is such and such and such and such, who was such and such's first wife before the jacket. That was like, okay, at least there's a character there. Where unfortunately my favorite eyebrow down queen over here was not ready to go into Mary's of anybody's bloody. Kenya's gonna do Lizzo. Kenya was in trouble the moment she said she was gonna do Lizzo. And I love her. The moment she said, I'm gonna do Lizzo. It was me. I do her all the time. Can? Hi. Hey, sweetie. You know I love you. Kissy, kissy, hug, hugs. Girl, you perform as her. You lip sync as her. Ooh. That's it. That's all you do. I love you down. But for you not even to be able to play the flute, you need to be able to play that flute. That would have gagged. If you had played that, sister, I know you can't. And it's cute to hold. And it's a nice little prop. God bless whoever gave you that. You found it at a thrift store for cheap. If you know how to play that bitch, that'd pee. You did. But you did look good. It was giving Lizzie, you know. When I bend it over. I actually like some of the songs on that new album, EP, that she dropped recently. Bop It is a hit. Bend Over is my girl. And then Crash Out's my other song. Those are the three. Those are actually the only three I listen to. That is true. No shade, Liz. Those are the only three I got to give you time for. I was like, those three are actually kind of a bop. But I'm like, I don't know what's going on, sister. She said she was prepared to sit behind a desk, and I have questions. Were you? And I love Kenya, but were you really prepared to sit behind a desk? I don't think you were. I don't think you. Based on you having a man sit in front of you and ask you some questions to then improv off of because you were really not on Love Island. No, I don't think you were. Not one blaming on the juice joke. No, she did. Oh, okay. No, she did, Drewski, but it wasn't in the midst of go watch it back. She did say something on those lines, but it was like she made the reference when they were doing the confessional, hi, my name is Lizzo, la 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 la. She did it then. That I do remember. She made one little joke about it, but she never went like there where she could have made some like actual good jokes for it. But I do remember her making a little light something for it. She missed a couple of opportunities. Lizzo's from Houston, by the way. I'd have had a field day. Nah, I wouldn't have done Lizzo. I wouldn't want to do Lizzo. No shade. I don't find her funny. I've been entertained by her music, this, that, and the other, but I wouldn't know how to make Yitty like interesting. I'm sorry. Because sometimes to me, Lizzo comes off as a try hard right now. So yeah, no shade. Discord doing the Pope. I said that's gonna be fine. Let's see how that goes. She ain't got to move nowhere. And the Pope normally is old and has arthritis and all that good stuff. Knees fucked up. I said, yeah, it's perfect for her posture. The way she stands. That's the Pope. I hope not everything that comes with the Pope goes with that. Now Mikey doing Drew Barrymore. Very excited. And Juicy doing JoJo Siwa. I said, oh no. Yeah, Juicy, I was side-eyeing you for not knowing who Brooke Shields is, but I also know you're a young baby, so I had to let it go. I was like, oh my goodness. I just found out who Tate McRae was, and that was a mistake. But yeah, I get it. I understand. Let's talk about Snatch Game of Love Island. I wanted to say Snatch Game of Love and just stop there, but Snatch Game of Love Island. You must finish that sentence. Let's get into these characters. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Become part of this Run Back family. Appreciate you for being here. And if you want to drop a little love in my jar, please and thank you. It's PayPal.me/Matty-Rants. Catch up also on my Money24 and Venmo, Matty-Rants. Athena's character was safe and better than I expected and fully realized, and I have to give her some credit. RuPaul said, be a stereotype. She said, bet. Now what? You gonna keep me? Because you asked me to do this. Having to borrow my daughter's wig low-key. That she might just wear on this runway again tonight. Ooh. I said, okay, Athena. I was like, okay, you did that. You said challenge accepted. Let's go. And you made RuPaul laugh on multiple occasions, and it was good. So I was proud of it, and I'm glad because you had to pivot at the last second. Stress was killing you, and you were like, fuck all that. I'm about to come out here and tear. And that's what you did, and I love it when queens do that. Like, oh, you gonna give me a challenge? All right, girl, run it. Jane, you could have got a win this week for Truman Capote. Wow. In warm cum. In cold blood. My next book is going to be called In Warm. You're not there. Again, if you know who Truman Capote is, this was one of those treats for you. If you even knew the book he wrote and the reference, oh my God. Her literally saying every person who sat down a celebrity of like, it was so good. It was so good. Oh, our wedding, picture it. It's going to be here, this, that, the other with all these 3 Crisco down men. You not there. I was like, oh my God. I am not paying whoever said that Athena looked like LaToya Jackson. Okay? We are not going to do our light skins today. We are not. A fellow light skin I am. That is not LaToya Jackson. Okay? That makeup is too dark to be LaToya. Star booty. And the eyebrows are too deep. LaToya be drawing lines. A thin line. I'll give y'all LaToyas. Tired of it. Getting us confused with the wrong people. I don't like it. Telling you. It's almost insulting. Okay, but no, play. I did it again. Jane was funny. You know, I'm here with RuPaul and she looks her age. It was good. Great performance. Definitely a top. Star quality. Hey, it's your girl Bloody Mary, rar, and then you see the titty shake, and I was like, and the bottom belongs to you. And then when Mia walks up and RuPaul asked the question, so you Bloody Mary, like, what's your favorite kind of blood? All of it? I wanted to scream. I got some super chats. Let me get to it. Trey, you listen. Oh, I've been on this platform for too long. I can't move for everything, Fred. You feel me? Okay, Crash, thank you for the super chat. Charlie Chaplin would be funny, but do we really need 2 little black mustaches on concurrent drag race seasons? I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with riding a mustache, Crash. That had nothing to do with what you said, but I thought it was an appropriate response. Geek. Drewski, thank you for the super chat. Something like, I'm always there when you call, but this ghost is tired of being ghosted and ready to haunt one house forever. Oh, I think I got it. I got it, Drewski. Hi, my name's Bloody Mary. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just so used to screaming at people because they always seem to wake me up from my nap. I'm looking for a loved one who's going to be there for me and not just behind the mirror, but be my mirror. Can you see me? Don't say my name 3 times. I want to stay on my date. And it'd be like a whole like paranoia thing. Like, who said my name? Bitch, I don't want to move again. Something. There was something there that could have been done. That's not Latoya. That's Riri. Riri. Come on, from Cinnamon. Yes, come on. I'm so mad you brought that old song up. That music video. That is so funny. Where did I see? I saw that a long time ago. Come on, after Tokyo. Sister, this is what I think Raven looks like before she puts her makeup on. Before she steps out into her everyday life as a Black woman, is how I feel this is what she's given. And she wake up and she's like, shit, I gotta look like this. Hold on, let's get my black. Where is my Negro? Where is my black skin? Rachel could never. Okay, sorry. No, we're gonna move on from this. It was bad. Now, Maddie, I didn't say nothing that ain't true. Fuck that bitch. I mean, love her. Love Pink. Love her. Love her. Love her. Pam Bondi in 20 years. Excuse me. Pam Bondi in 10 years. Darlene Mitchell as Mrs. Claus, who needs a little something. Come on, love Tam. Hey, large Coke with the lemon, with one of my favorite Pokemon in the entire universe as your Abby Dragonair. Love Dragonair. If only Dragonair could be the last evolution. No shade of Dragonite. I don't like Puff the Magic Dragon looking ass sometimes. I'll be like, this old dopey ass dragon bitch was given all kinds of puss, and now it's like, Solar Beam. No, Hyper Beam, Matthew. Hyper Beam. He can learn Solar Beam. Okay. Darlene was okay until she started laughing at everything. I felt like Darlene was playing Jimmy Fallon in SNL or who else breaks often? She could have been Leslie Jones. She could have been Leslie Jones. How much she was breaking through this. I was like, girl, are you gonna make it through the scene? What's happening here? Every day, come on now. Oh, what's going down? No Dragonite slander. You know your boy got a bloating problem. All that salt he be eating. That's why he looked like that. Okay? I'm telling you, she likes fries. Those potatoes will get you every time. Am I picking up Pocopia? Pocopia. I want to, but if I'm going to be honest, I want to wait because I really want to go on this trip to Puerto Vallarta. So I'm trying to save every dollar I have. Like, I got lucky. I got gifted Mario Tennis for Valentine's Day. So yay. But like, honey, I got to go on this trip. You know what that trip did to me last year. Rejuvenation. I need to go again this time. And I already have a cat sitter. Like, I've already got one of the big hurdles out the way. Like, oh no, I got to go. Gotta go. So I'm gonna wait until after my trip to buy said game. I'm gonna wait. That trip's in July, so we just gotta get our money in by July. You knew Mia was in trouble from the moment she took a breath, but in reality, it is what it is. Mia was the worst of this group. Darlene was low safe, but Mia was so bad that it just didn't even matter. And let's be honest, because Athena had a character. It was fun, clear point of view, was able to get her jokes across. RuPaul got a laugh. Truman Capote chewed. And then Nene Coco as David Attenborough. Oh my God. Nene Coco. That was a surprise. She looks like Blue Hydrangea, like, went through a time machine and it came out on the wrong side of it. Oh no. No shade, Blue. I'm not coming for you, baby. You know I love you now. Hey, Blue. But Nene low-key do look like you, sister. Like if you had on old man makeup. I don't know why. I need a yeah. I see it. I see it. Yep, I do. There she go. Hey, Blue. Yeah, Blue and Glenn Close had a baby. I don't know. But David Attenborough was really good, and I enjoyed the presentation in reference for this in the wild when you see these animals and what they're giving. Rue. And then, we have only 30 days left, so let's do it and get it on. And then I enjoyed the bit where it was like, I'm going to pop her in the face and peel off her back and do all of that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, Nene, this was giving. It was good. And you kept the voice of David Attenborough. And if you've watched his nature documentaries, and I have. So again, Nene's also scratching it like it very much a mental itch right now for me, just like Jane doing Truman Capote, Nene doing David Attenborough, and I'm a big nature documentary watcher. Like I was kind of in heaven a little bit here. But I enjoyed the David Attenborough. I did. Getting stuck in the plant too. Yes, the physical comedy was there. And I did love it. Yeah, when David speaks, you have to understand he's out there in the wild looking. And you see these, look, as we find these iguanas, and they're resting next to each other. And what they see, but I used to just love watching all that stuff. And he would pop up randomly in the video. It's like, okay, this is a safe place for him to start filming before we do this stuff. Okay, if y'all didn't know this, and I'm sorry, we're gonna lightly, I know, ADHD, whatever, you'll be fine. Do you know that those movies and sometimes those series, they take years to make? Like years to make, because a lot of the stuff that they document only happens like once in a lifetime kind of moments with certain animals, and it's very hard to catch them in the wild doing that. They have to, I'm talking about, plan that shit, set up like camps and do this, be undercover. There are sometimes photographers and filmographers that are like literally sitting out there in the woods for like 12 hours peeing in diapers and crap, just trying to get that shot, that one moment that they're looking for that you will never be able to see because we live where we live, right? It's incredible when you find out the back story and history of it. So I give all my love to people who are like documentarians and all documentarians. There we go. And doing all that kind of stuff. That stuff is hot. Ooh, I don't have the patience. And I'm sure it's like amazing to see that live, but also I'd be scared as hell filming lions and tigers. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. They can eat us. Yeah, Darlene couldn't keep it together, but she still had some funny jokes. And I thought that the first group had 3 out of 5 do very well. 1 out of the 5 that was okay, but not great. And Mia was just awful. But David Attenborough, Truman Capote, and Athena, I thought, I was like, okay, that was a show. And it was pretty good. I liked it. Getting into the second group, I also said, wait a minute, half of them are doing very, very well. And the other half, one is no. And the other one's kind of like, we'll get there. Now, Lizzo, no. My sister came in, the energy was right. The first conversation with Rue gave what needed to be given. And then after that, downhill. We're going to talk about Mikey because I'm a Drew Barrymore fan. And so, peed, ate, chewed, swallowed, devoured, shat, and went to bed. If you know Drew Barrymore, girl, to do the mouth and to get that light little lift that she does so well, I could not. I couldn't. I was not able to. I loved it so very much. I remember Drew Barrymore in Poison Ivy. Oh, I gagged a couple of y'all who know that movie, who know the series. There was a sequel. Who remembers that? Yeah, I gave you old Drew Barrymore, honey. I gave you like teen years when she was on that stuff, Drew Barrymore, when she made that joke reference. That Drew Barrymore. Uh-huh. Of course, I know about E.T. I remember her being the little girl in that one, Mama, but it was Poison Ivy for me. As well as Never Been Kissed is one of my favorite movies ever. Love that movie. It's so good. David Arquette's in that movie too. Yeah. Oh, Jessica Alba's in that movie as well. William, no, wait, Molly Shannon's in that movie. Wait a minute. I was like, wait, everybody's in that movie. Oh, I gotta watch Never Been Kissed tonight. No, she was not Poison Ivy, the Batman character. She was in a movie called Poison Ivy. It's a movie called Poison Ivy, and it came out, I think, in my Miami Beach. Hey, friend, was that late '80s or early '90s? I think it was like early '90s. I think it was early '90s when that came out. I remember watching it on TV. But yes, she was in that movie and a couple of other ones too. I like Charlie's Angels was great. The sequel was trash. But no, Drew Barrymore I've been a big fan of. Oh, Riding in Cars with Boys. Oh, Ever After. Oh, oh my God. Okay, the gay teen, the gay teenage Maddie. Y'all, Ever After. Ever After was that girl. Oh my God. It was like another telling of Cinderella. And it was like a different telling of the story, if you will. And it was called Ever. Oh my God. Ever After was one of the gayest movies ever. Oh my God. I love that movie so much. I remember seeing the trailer and losing my shit. Like, I have to see this. Ah! Oh, I can't do it. Love Drew Barrymore. Firestarter. Yes, Drew Barrymore was in one of Stephen King's movies, Firestarter, and she was great in that. She was also in Cat's Eye. That was an anthology movie series that was also Stephen King based. And her character, which is also super scary, was having a troll come in the room and trying to steal her breath away from her while she was asleep, which was one of the scariest things to see as a child. I kid you not, to see a little troll crawling up on a bed of a child and sucking the breath out of them, trying to kill. Like, oh my God, it was a lot taken as a kid. And there was a cat that was trying to save her, and the family kept on trying to put it out, but the cat was trying to save the girl. Oh my God. Yeah, she was working. Drew Barrymore worked. Sorry. Mikey, you're getting all this attention because you picked one of my favorite people on the planet. So, like, I'm sorry. I don't really watch her talk show, but when I do, I find it hilarious because Drew Barrymore is so funny, which is how she acts and operates and talks to people and everything's so like almost hippy dippy a little bit, but not really. Very careful, very caring. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Sarah Gilbert. She's been working too. Mm-hmm. Yep, Cheryl Ladd's in the movie. Yep. Come on, Miami Beach. You better give the girl, you better educate. I gave the movie. I was like, let's come on, friend. She's been in a lot of stuff. And most people may not even remember her in things because she's been in so much work, but that's Drew Barrymore for you. But she's cool now in her talk show. But to Mikey's performance, 8. She made fun of Drew, but in a really honest, good way. It did not feel like she was intentionally making fun of Drew Barrymore. It was very like, this is one of my favorite things about you that I find so silly, and I'm just going to poke at it a little bit. The fact that the mouth was like, of course, she does that sort of corner talking that she does, the water dripping out into the mug, RuPaul asking, what are you drinking, Drew? Because Drew is, again, she's sober. So it's water, but it's water with the mouth like dripping to the side. It was perfect. I was just so proud because I was like, yeah, like no shade, Willow. No, it wasn't good. This is the Drew Barrymore I was looking for. This was the interpretation I needed to see. And I'm going to talk about Mikey a little bit more when we get to some other screen grabs, because I don't know if y'all were paying attention, but Mikey sitting on the couch is one of the funniest things ever happening this episode. Just the way she was changing her positions was hilarious. Now, I don't think so. Thank you for super chat, piece of Mateo. I wonder if Raven got to choose the men for this challenge. No chocolate. No. Ooh. Maybe Sminty helped. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate you so much for being here today. Just as a reminder, this show is for entertainment purposes only, and content's not intended to malign any religion, company, individual, race, or gender. I appreciate you for being here today. If you want to drop a little love in my jar, please and thank you. It's paypal.me/Matty-Rants, Cash App $Matt924, and Venmo Matty-Rants. You blame Peace to Mateo for that. You know I can't help but volley. I can't help but volley. And it's really funny that you chose those specific words because that's literally what those tweets were. That's crazy that you did that. Crazy piece of it. I was like, oh, so I can't add her to that because that's legit what she said too. But, you know, when they were being edgy, remember? Okay, I'll talk about it lightly. Old tweets resurfaced of Sminty saying some racist stuff, and they're very similar to the things that Raven had said. The NIGGA blah 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 kind of bit. One of them had a particular grain of something in front of it towards Asian people and Black people. And so that was none of our business because nobody knew about it. But then everybody found those tweets and started reposting them. I even have a thread because I was talking about something and somebody was like, oh, by the way, did you see this? And then posted those said receipts. Shout out to whoever you are. You follow me on Twitter. So that's where I got them. But I was like, nah, I'm not going to talk about this because I don't know the whole dealings of whatever. At the same time, disappointed. They then posted a whole apology on their Twitter explaining what had happened and that they were being an edgy teenager back in the day and that they thought was cool, but they know that's not who they are now and wish they could take it back. And they feel so bad and they apologize for like who this has hurt, this, that, and the other. So I said this and I'll say it again. Whoever that apology was for, I hope you received it. For those of you who know it wasn't for you or about you and is about what it was really about, keep it there. And that's how I'm going to say that. So I'm not going to hold it over her head for the rest of her life. But I also know that sometimes when things aren't said at the time, but later, it's because of what could follow and not because of what happened. And that's how I'm going to leave it. So, boop. Peace of Potato, thank you for the super chat. It was a different time. Tyra Banks' face. Yeah. At this point, I'm just like, I can't like invest too much energy into that. It is what it is. It's disappointing, but like I wasn't like following her to the ends of the earth, so I'm not losing my shit over it, if that makes any sense. I think that's for her fans and not for the people who didn't know who she was versus anything else. But yes. Back to the show. And now that I've answered that question and we can move forward here. No, I did not like this. Oh, speaking of which, if you watch the America's Next Top Model documentary series, I covered it on Patreon. I will be doing a live review tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern, the same time we used to do the panel. And I'll be breaking down the 3-part series that was on Netflix for you. I'm going to give you my opinions on it. And I'm going to walk away from it because I've seen a lot of shit online and I feel like a lot of us have lost some empathy. And I also can understand where people have some questions. But I literally ran into a coworker I used to work with today at the grocery store who still remembered me. And while people can say you worked with somebody that was your coworker, the way you treated that person at your job, they still gonna remember that shit. So that's why I'm like, the man who spoke to me today knew me because I was a good person and because we had a good time at work and because when we were talking or doing whatever, he got the impression that we in this together. And at the same time, I've gone to lunches and dinners with them, with coworkers outside of work. So like, we'll get into that when we talk about it. But some of the conversations online are very... Whose ass are you licking? She don't see you. You're not going to get in the door by that. What is this about? Right? So it's a little crazy. It was a little annoying to see that. But again, I get where everybody's coming from. I just have I feel I have a little bit more empathy, if you will. Okay. So Yeah, JoJo was bad. Boo JoJo. She just sounded like she smoked some cigarettes and she danced around and she knew that was going to be fine. To me, it was like, I don't know, like some sort of fever dream in Rainbow Bright's nightmare universe, but I kind of hated it. Thank you, Miami Beach. Oh, and I'm literally gonna have that conversation. Ooh, you are taking some of my speech away from me, because I'm like, that lady was involved in the show, and you know who else got to be a part of the production of that. Let's talk about the people who didn't get interviewed, who are going to be on the other ones. Shout out to Lisa D'Amato. I got to meet her, but like, that's where I'm just saying. I hear y'all, but I think we need to look at this from a different perspective. Now, I thought this was the villain in The Cell. I think the actor's name is like Vincent D'Onofrio or something like that. I was like, this is the guy in The Cell. I thought that this man was going to be chasing Jennifer Lopez around someone's mind. I assumed. And we're looking for the girl who's been missing for like the last week. Is Vince Vaughn behind you? Like, what's happening here? Thank you, Miami Beach. And I'm so glad y'all are getting my references today. Because doesn't this motherfucker look just like the dude in The Cell? Like, it do. Like, you look like you're literally a serial who's like holding people hostage, and you have these issues and in your mind, and this lady who can sometimes act in a good movie every now and then is going to be in there, and oh my gosh, I have to watch that tonight. I have to admit that's one of Jennifer's best movies. I don't like her as a person, but I got to give her credit for some movies, and that is one of my favorite movies ever. Yep, I do love The Cell. I'll give her The Cell and Out of Sight. I liked Out of Sight. I was one of the few people that liked that movie. I liked Out of Sight. Out of Sight was good. Okay. Back to this. Discord, I thought this was funny. It was funny. It was, I guess a pope who is okay with his actions that he does in churches, and you playing a PDF file is kind of wild, but Matt, that's not true. The Pope doesn't do that. You right, baby. I'm just making this. Hey, that's the whatever hey, that I don't know nothing about the Catholic Church, so y'all can have that. I was like, I thought to myself, I was like, first we had Hitler's gay brother, and now we got the gay Pope. Girl, this is a lot. It was funny. It was funny. Abraham, I'm gonna scream. I thought this was funny. I almost feel like those sandals may have been the reason why she wasn't even in the top. I don't even know why. I thought I was looking at the shoes and I said everybody got a heel on but her. Like even Drew Barrymore got a heel. And so I was like maybe like Rue wanted the outfit to be bad. I don't know. But as far as the jokes are concerned, Discord didn't miss one. Not one joke was bad. They were all funny. Okay. Like, oh, who made your outfit? Oh, I just had a little altar boy behind the steps do that for me. Yeah. Shit was hilarious. I was like, oh my God. So funny. And I thought Drew Barrymore and the Pope were holding it down for this group compared to JoJo Siwa and Lizzo. And again, this is what I'm talking about with Drew Barrymore on the couch. Girl, are you why? Everybody's sitting on the couch with Drew Barrymore, y'all. I'm sorry. That to me is why Mikey for sure deserved her top placement. There are just moments that lady is just doing absolutely what Drew Barrymore would do. No reason, no acting, no words, just physical comedy. As Discord sat like this the whole time, which I'm like, oh, I couldn't do that with my wrist. Oh my goodness. So funny. So funny. I bet you money if Discord wasn't so vocal about not being in the top that she probably would have won this week. Oop. Hello. Stop giving producers ammunition. This was bad. Sister can't even play the flute. I was like, Kenya, what are we doing here? And then this. The man asks you to describe something to you, and you get up and you get down there, and it's I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna like a downward dog, right? And then I'm just gonna be I said, what the fuck is happening here? Is it bad that Lizzo was still not as bad as Bloody Mary? Let's do Bloody Mary real quick, right? I think for our first date, we're going to go somewhere with a lot of red roses. Everywhere, red roses. And the shoes, Louis Vuitton. Not Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton. You know, bloody bottoms, everything. And then, it sounded like Michael Jackson. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, rock it off. Girl, I was like Bloody Mary or motherfucking like Michael Jackson after the fire. Like, what is happening? And you know, what we're gonna do like this is I'm gonna just take you in the back and we're going all night long. And that's what we're gonna do. That's what it is. That's how it's gonna be. Okay. I wanted to find a shoe and hit her in the face so bad. I was like, Kenya's was bad. It was bad. But Kenya also landed her first Q&A with Rue when it came to, hey, Lizzo, how you doing? Look at our bachelors. Are you into pink? Yeah, I'm into them. This, that, so there is one moment I go, Kenya, you redeemed. Mia was shit through the beginning to the end. From the first question to the last question. Not one land, not one cack, not one giggle. No. Oh my gosh. Michael Jackson would probably be one of my third options if I ever got on the show ever. It's Jasmine Guy. Well, it's the four, including Michael. It's Jasmine Guy, Maya Rudolph, Tracy Ellis Ross, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson would be if I said all those other people and Rue was like, I'd be like, okay, Michael. And then I do South Park Michael Jackson. Stop, that's ignorant. Blanket, no. Like for real. Here we go on the train again. Go. Yeah, I for sure would want to go into that. Stop ignorant. I would be in my pajamas. The full bit. Very much that. Oh, Michael. Okay, moving. This is the worst picture to still have this up while I'm having this conversation. Like, what is wrong with me? One more time. When she did this, I was done. When this, it's Drew, you're next. And you answer, she goes, If you've seen the show, yes, Drew Barrymore does that when she's showing that she's listening intently. Like, I'm making sure you know that I am paying attention to every word that's coming out of your mouth. It is so funny that I hollered. I was like, Rue, she didn't even say a joke. In the top for sure. In the top, please. When I was in my 10s and had like a drug habit, I was like, oh my God, we're not going there. We're not going there. She went there, brought up some old lore and everything. I said, she knows what the fuck she's talking about. And I love that. Jojo Diwa. She sounded like a character from like a Nintendo 64 game or Xbox game, like Very Conker's Bad Day or some sort of shit. Like, that weird squirrel was running around. I didn't know what was going on. But I did like the Pope. The Pope was funny and very, just all the jokes were landing. It was very, the yoga bit. That I think is where I was hot. Girl, look at Drew Barrymore. Mikey, it was so funny. I'm sorry, Mikey. Come on. You were on your knees and now you're on the couch, fully laid out like you're on some chaise lounge, bitch. Like, what is happening here, God? With the cup. Mm-hmm. I'm tired. I'm looking at Drew Barrymore. I'm sorry, Mikey. I was hollering. Thank you for doing Drew. But I did enjoy this joke. We're gonna do some yoga. I'm gonna teach you. You put your left arm out like this. You put your right arm out like this. You just hang there for like 7 days. He goes, "Can I just do 3 days?" Yeah, if you sure, whatever you like to do. See, that was me testing you. I said that was funny. Very, very good. Yeah, I don't know if Vita would have done well around here. Ooh, Lizzo. Ooh, Kenya, I hate that happened to you, girl, because she low-key, like, when I say if your score already wasn't low, it hit the bottom of the dirt, bitch. With Lizzo. Drew, do you have love in your life? What kind of question is that? On the Snatch Game of Love Island, Kenya. Kenya! Drew, do you have love in your life? Baby, I would have turned my head and looked at her like, are you fishing? Because there ain't nothing in this lake. I hope you are not fishing. No bait. No kind of bait. Boo. Love you. But no. Like, what? And she says, yes, Lizzo. Like, it was the fact that her voice dropped. She still kept her Drew, but it dropped into this level of annoyance to be like, yeah, Lizzo. Like, oh, it was so funny. I was like, shit. I was like, ooh, Kenya. No. She got extra points for that. No. Urban Frugal Chick 1158. I said the whole screen name like I'm Chat GP. Michael Jackson as Chat GPT. Hi, I'm Michael. Oh, I got it. Come on, Matt. You got the character. Hi, I'm Michael Chat G. You may not know how brilliant I am now, but I'm a fucking icon, bitch. Okay, do you understand? That just came at the top of my head. Urban Frugal Chick, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so very much. Lizzo do be thirsty like that, though. Yes, she does. You may have missed it earlier. I was like, Mama do be, trying hard. Love your commentary, Maddie. Pope got cheated, and Darlene should have been in the bottom too. Ooh. You let tall and okay creamy get through this, Urban Frugal Chick, okay? That's right. I can answer all of your questions, but only if my lawyer is present. Here, I'm going to have my brother Tito answer that. I think I need to write that one down and do a little bit of figuring that one out, because that actually was kind of funny to me. If I think it's funny, it's funny. Okay, we gotta move on. We have to move on. Chat GP. Oh my goodness, that would be so funny. Okay. Well, Rue, I'm dead. So this is me in the AI form. That's right. I still hold a little bit of when I used to be black in the way I speak, but you can see I'm back to being white like they wanted me to be. Because how did I end up this color after my hair caught on fire? I went in as black and came out as white. What's happening? Oh my God, that was okay. All right, Matthew. Even my hair texture. Oh, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't know your hair getting on fire is a. We'll get there. I'm gonna stop. I'm just fishing now. Okay, go on back to the show, Matt. We're gonna write that one down. We're gonna work it out. 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 That I'm gonna have to work on. Well, I've been dead. Damn doctors. I I may be a little dark. A little dark. Maybe a little dark. Maybe a little dark. Have you seen Macaulay Culkin? Girl, where is my shit? I know. That's why I'm like, stop, you're ignorant. Come away, fly with me, onward to a special place. Hey. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to crap on a spatula. My brain just gave out on me. See, this is what happens when we get off topic. Oh, I needed to heat up my coffee. That's what it was. Okay, give me a second, y'all. That's what I was doing. I was like, my brain started talking about Michael. I went into don't do this. Go to your doctors. Get your ADHD medications. I'm willfully not taking mine because I don't like the side effects. They're not good. Not a fan. But yes, overall, we've got 1, 2, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that did very good out of 9. I'm going to be clear. That is a good enough number for me. It's a great number for me because Mrs. Claus was not as bad. All right. JoJo Siwa was trash, but not offensive. Okay. The only 2 people who were absolute hot dog garbage booty hole water with a pubic hair spritz glaze on top were Lizzo and Bloody Mary. Them 2. So this was great in my opinion because whoever was doing good was doing excellent. They weren't just kind of funny. They weren't just okay. They were chewing it. Athena was fine, but she was good fine. While Darlene was fine, but on a low fine kind of level, where Truman Capote peed. David Attenborough ate. Drew Barrymore devoured. The Pope did that. It was good. It was good. So them 4 in particular, with Athena rounding up the 5 for me, was why I say it was a majority rules kind of conversation. And even if I throw Darlene in there for even though breaking character while laughing, what jokes she did give were very corny and funny, and it made something versus 2 people who didn't know where they were, what they were doing, and what game they were playing. Now let me go heat up my coffee and get in the live chat and say something special. I want to hear it. As well as drop a little love in the comment section by telling me your thoughts on this episode. And if you want to drop a little tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. It is paypal.me/Matty-Rants, cash up $Matt924, and then Matty-Rants. And I thank you for the super chats. I got to heat up my coffee, 30 seconds on my grave. Go. No. I need to fill up my cup. I need to fill up my cup. Matthew, are we going to do Michael Jackson ChatGPT? Why not, Maddie? You could do Michael Jackson. It's okay. Blanket. Oh my God. Bleeker wants me to do somebody from like the Nanny universe. Or what's her name? The actress who is Archie's wife in All in the Family. Archie. You know my husband, Archie. Oh no, my name is Edith. Oh my God. Bleeker wants me to do something like that with the that lady. Oh, Archie. Oh, yeah, Edith Bunker. Very bad wants to do this character. Oh, I'm just so nervous, Rue. I've never done this before. Very that, go on that level, but it's also giving a little bit of like Fran finds grandmother and like her mom from The Nanny, because I was obsessed with that show. Obsessed with that show growing up. So I don't know. There's a lot of options. I just have to like focus, right? Okay. Eric, did you laugh at Lizzo? Be honest. Where are these random screen names? These random pictures. Matthew, what was your narrative here? Okay. Mia knew she was in the bottom. Kenya has drag delusion. Good for her. But, you know, no, it wasn't the worst Snatch Game ever, but it was in there. It's in there. Discord knows she's going to be in the top this week. Honey, they ade due dimbala that ass. Gave them the power. You beg of them. You said, put you in the top. We are going to make you safe and drag whatever is left of your mental health. Good luck. We are not paying for your visits to the psych. Because, ooh. What do you mean? What do you mean? Nene Coco is very. I just wanted to make it. I wanted to be safe this episode, but I may be in the top. But I don't want to be in the top as much as Discord. Oh, production. Nene, we're gonna give you the win too. Ooh, sis. Ooh, you don't even know what we're gonna do here. Ooh. I love it. I love it. Hold on, I'm trying to cover my coffee so I don't spill this bitch. I'd be Niecy with one of those gigantic hair flowers. So you'd be clean house, Niecy Nash, because that's the specific Niecy that you're talking about. If you're going to be clean house and do that kind of Niecy, that's what you would want to be doing there. You do clean house, Niecy Dash. I would tell you to dress up as a police officer and do Raynisha Williams, but you know that's just that's my take, because that's still my favorite DC thing she's done is Reno 911 when she had the sock puppets and she was doing an episode of Good Times. Mama, I need you to do this for me, James. You better get this girl before she do all that, and she's like, huh? Y'all don't know the episode? Nobody? Dynamite. Okay. I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite scenes. I was like, what is she doing? Doing an entire scene of Good Times for some children at the hospital. Why? Okay. Let me move on from that. Dang, that is one of my favorite scenes. That in Radisha X is one of the best episodes. I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, horn swallowed, and run amok. You can't have me. Reno 911. That's also on Paramount Plus, by the way. Get that free thing on me. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Uh-oh, not we're logging in and doing this over and over again. No. Okay, moving on. Nene wanted it. You know what? Darlene has such great energy that, you know, I never would have expected her not to feel the love, or, you know, I guess she's not used to hearing that or people praising her for her aesthetic and her drag and everything that she does, right? I think that's so. Darlene's a cool being to me. Like, I may not like all of her geesh and everything that she's done in the show, but I respect her drag. I like where she's coming from, and she seems extremely genuine. She's not always up there, but there's something about the dar, you know what I mean? So I thought this was a really beautiful and cute moment with Juicy and Jane, not even prompting it, but just sort of like giving Darlene her flowers and being like, bitch, you're actually sickening. Like, girl, I live for what you do, and da-da-da-da-da. And Darlene receiving that and taking it in, it was a lot for her because she's not used to that. And I love her down. I love me some Dar. She's good people. I don't know. I just get good energy from Darlene. Like, oh, let's talk about the judges. Abraham. Okay. Michelle look good. Come on, leg. I like RuPaul's dress. I know. I like RuPaul's dress. I'm like, oh, this is giving classic. Yeah. Jermaine. Brooke Shields wearing this is everything and then some, but I'm also reminding myself of somebody who did a photo shoot for a cover when they first, came out in their transition, and how they literally went into the doctor and said they want to look like this lady. And so now the original is here, and I was like, it's the truth. It is the truth. It is the truth. It is the truth. It is the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Went into that doctor and said, make me look like that lady. And he did the best he could do. I'm trying to tell you. Did the best he can do. Had so much surface to work with. And was like, you want me to make you look like who? Oh, okay. All right, let's go. And then basically, I feel like that doctor sat there and had a chisel and was like, no, facial film. Ooh, well, nope. Nope. Nope, it's not working. All right, we're just gonna leave it there. And let's continue. Caitlyn is trash. But anywho, shout out to Brooke. I was like, go off, girl. Do your thing, sister. You can't walk. It is very clear that you are a print model. No shade. This is why you weren't doing no runway work. Clearly. Like very that. Carson Kressley? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So Carson looks good. Pop off to Carson. Star booty. Booty. Mods, can you take care of that for me, please? Thank you. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. That discussion is left for those boards for gooners. You have at that, sweetie. Moving forward and moving on here today, let's get into the runway category. 80s ladies. It was so obvious that was like a pre-message, everything. Like, come on now. Brooke, pop off, sister. Now, I had to include this photo because for the young babies that don't know, icon. Okay? Athena Dion as Joan Collins. If you want to rate in the live chat and stay on topic today, please and thank you. 1 means everything tends across the board. 2, it's okay. And 3, it's a chop. 4, hell. And 0 is, of course, it's everything to you. Nothing can be said. No one can stop them. I think she looks good. Her eye makeup is crazy. I think the dress is sickening. Dress is thick. Wig, right. Particularly the eyes is. I was like, but I still think it's a good 1.5, if you will. I'm really liking the neck down more than anything. I saw the Joan, a real dragified version of it, but I saw the Joan. That's it. Jane Don't, given our good sis from the B-52s. What do we think? This is my least favorite runway category. Only because I was wishing for people to do women from the 80s and have like a little something extra, or do a little like, I don't know, something. But I think Jane looks good though. I'm here for the polka dotted heels, I love the black stockings, love the dress, love the wig. I think it's very her. I was here for it. Hold on, I gotta turn my AC on. That's what I am. Black stockings, white shoes, shouldn't be allowed in the church. Mia Starr as Prince. I like it neck down. The wig belongs on a whole nother person, maybe somebody from Vanity 6, not Prince. But I love the outfit and I like the guitar. I thought that was cool. But I was like, no. I was like, not that wig. Not that. Not that. But I did like the outfit. It did read a tag costumey, but I still kind of like I got the vibe. I was like, okay, I see what we're doing here. I just wish the wig was different. I needed it to be more of a pompadour and to go fully there if we're going to do this today. She could have femmed the pompadour up and gave it like a little ponytail or something in the back, a little puff in the back, a little something like that, a little 3C texture, but it's a good two for me. Mm, it's a good two. Nene Coco, Cyndi Lauper. It's okay. As far as looking like Cindy, right on the money, but it's okay. I know this is the category, but I low-key hate it. I was like, I am not blown. She looks cute though. I was like, she's cute. This is cute, but I watched this lady literally come out as a goddamn candy wrapper the last week. I am not taken there. Love your down, but I'm not taken there. Mia Star definitely should have been. Ooh, oh, Excellixium. That's how you say. I'm hoping I say that right. Yeah, Sheila E. Down or Lisa. Ooh, Mia should have been Lisa. I wonder if I take you home, would you still be in love, baby? Oh, and I need you tonight. Them two, Sheila or Lisa, would have been it. Shit, I might have done Lisa. No, let's keep Lisa for me, actually. Oh my goodness, I can't. But yeah, this is okay. Darlene Mitchell as Dolly Parton. I'm fine with it. It's a high two. I was kind of on Bianca and Alexis Michelle's side for the pit stop today when it came to the Dolly look. And I actually am a light Dolly fan. So I was like, yeah, this is two different Dollys put together. And she needed to be patted a tad bit more. But I still was like, it's clean and it's nice. And I can see her being the fan. But yeah, the wig is of a different era than the dress. And Dolly's had some similar hair, but there's always been little changes here and there. But still, very clean, very nice. Hell no. I love you, Kenya. Fuck no way you did this. Bitch, are you serious? Kenya. Out of everything Shaka Khan wore, this is what we got? This? No. I love you, but no. Out of everything Shaka Khan has worn, we do this. Not even Shaka Khan looked good that night. Getting her Grammy. You know you didn't, Shaka. That was ugly back then. It's ugly now. What? I couldn't believe it. Y'all's numbers. Y'all like, Matthew, 4 is not enough. 4 is not enough. You're going to have to do something darker and deeper than that. Sister. I was taken back to the good old logo days of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'll tell you that, but she would have peed during them first 2 seasons. Yes, ma'am. For 1 second, I thought she was doing Lizzo, but like after a concert. And she's like just sitting on the bus, like with her girl. I mean, if they're. This is like Lizzo before she had money. oh, oh, oh my goodness. If Lizzo never made it out of Houston, oh, I'm going to scream. Oh my gosh. That low key like also hits me too. Oh my God. If Lizzo never became famous, my goodness, that is crazy. Actually, she looked, nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I said, Lizzo, I read more Tokyo. If she had a little New Orleans accent, baby, and we got onto Love and Hip Hop, would be right there. I wouldn't fuck with her either, girl. She could fight. But no, thank you. Mikey Minks, Olivia Newton-John. I love that she did the full outfit and everything. And I'm also mad she did the full outfit because those fucking heels are awful. But I loved this because it was literally the category and she replicated the look fully with the wig. I was like, thank you. The shoe, it's the shoe that Olivia wore. No, wish you had a purple pump and then it would have been right with God. I'd have gave you the ones you deserve. But like for what it's worth, I'm like, you definitely did the category specifically and a lot more than others did. And it's a very referential moment too. So I was like this. Wish you did something a little bit. I need them heels to be a little bit more cut. You know what I mean? A little more cut. A little Mary Jane. But other than that, I was like, okay. I see what Mikey was doing. Best look of the night. 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 I was so happy she did Celia Cruz. Shout out to Celia Cruz. Come on, sing, baby. I love me some Celia Cruz, bitch. I don't know not one word. And I'm over here. Oh, I know that's right, Celia. Oh, come on, Cruz. Yes. Not one word I know. Not a lick of Spanish. But I'm like, come on, Celia. Okay. She's worn this wig for the RDR Live Challenge. And low key, it looks like the same wig that Athena was wearing for this Snatch Game, if I'm going to just talk about it. But I like that she's wearing a wig. It is the same wig. Okay, you see it right there? We're looking, right? Where are you, Athena? Boom. Yeah. Go to a better shot, please. Burp. Catch that spit curl. You clocked in? All right. All the way back to it. Boom. Same wig. Here's the real clocky. Same wig in RDR Live. Also was just used for Snatch Game and now worn again on this runway. Hi. Nothing wrong with you reusing shit. Period. But here was my whole bit on this. I was like, Juicy, you look so good in a wig. You do headpieces often in very pussycat wigs. And the noggin is great. It's very, the circumference is there. The radius is perfect. It's fine. Bitch, you eat in wigs. Eat. You eat in wigs. I want you to be more wiggy. Bad. Like, do your thing, because that's your drag. But, bitch, you with some hair and some length. Oh. I just want, she look good with some hair now. So, like, if she ever wants to invest in some wiggy eggs, please do. Because you look real good with some hair, girl. Like, the short dudes do you well. You look very good. And I know it's easier to dance, too, because you don't have a bunch of shit flying in your face. But, God, you look good with some hair. So, I was happy to see it. And I thought the Celia Cruz dress was beautifully done. And it was stellar. This is my favorite look of the night. For surezies. Very well done. Discord Adams as Annie Potts. Annie Potts. Got her name wrong. That's the only thing I got wrong. Annie Potts from Designing Women. That's Reba McEntire, man. That's Annie Potts. I was like, girl, that's not Reba. That's Annie. I said, but she was great in designing women, okay? But like that wasn't Reba to me. I was like, nope. And it also aged Reba a tad bit with how she was walking. I ain't never seen Reba had issues with taking a step. I ain't never seen it. Never seen it. This baby over here, I want so bad to give her a pillow. She was like, I'm showing Rue that I don't walk the same. And they still give her a Discord cam because even when she's trying to do a different kind of walk, it's still giving like very that. As a matter of fact, I think that when Discord walks, it's low-key Randy Newman singing, take your red foot and your left foot too. Walking down the street, got a pebble in her shoe. That's a Discord walk, yeah. Like very that. Very, very left foot, right foot, boom, foot. I just like it's just giving that to me. I feel like there's a music happening. It's a very like as soon as she goes in her house and closes the door, the studio audience is clapping. Like that to me is how that lady be walking. But she look like Annie Potts to me. She don't look like no damn Reba. It's still a good look though. Like I like the dress. I was like, this is cute, but you like Miss Annie. And her bum ass husband always fucking her shit up. Oh, I love designing women. It was such a good show. Okay, so I think things went correctly outside of Discord not being up there to get critiqued. As much as I've been ragging on Discord right now, I still think Discord should have been critiqued this week, and it would have been high remarks. Even if she don't get a win, should have been up there to have the conversation because yes, what she did was entertaining enough to where we as an audience would like to hear what the judges had to say. So I think they missed out on that personally. I'm seeing a bottom two. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm not. Lies because Juicy's up there. They got a 3 in a 3 situation is 6. That's fine. It should have been 7. 4 highs, 3 lows. We're done. That's what should have happened. They would have had enough time to talk to Discord. A little laugh at their walk, make fun of her real quick. And then she's like, you like me? And they're like, I guess. And then, tell them that they did funny. They were kind of funny, but, also give your excuses for why she won't win. Maybe she can go sit back there and be quiet, right? You didn't do that. You just want that girl to spiral. Jane is a clear top. Nene Coco, clear top. Mikey, clear top. They all 3 of them did good. Mia, Kenya, and Juicy, your runway is going to save you today. The end. Because if I'm looking at both Mia, Kenya, and Juicy, we're letting Juicy walk to the back. That's what we're doing. Just based on the runway. The judges' critiques happen. Nene Coco gets her second win this season. Congratulations to Nene Coco. I thought their David Attenborough was so good. Mikey could have got it if them shoes wasn't them shoes, low-key. And Jane also, once again, right there, almost getting another W. Congratulations to Nene. 2 on the board, currently now in a front-running position. Go off, Nene. You have Black and Semi-Black up here on this stage doing a lip sync to the Go-Go's, head over heels. You already missed. You already lost. You've already missed. You've already missed. I've had to see a whole lot of cottage cheese and pinkberry do all of the songs of every bit of seasoning and spice and everything nice. Professor X could never. Okay, but Malcolm could. And you got these girls doing head over heels by the Go-Go's. It's the 80s. You had way too many songs to work with. So that was already my first, no. I like the song, but I like it for movies. I like it for television shows. I like it when it's transitioning a scene in the summertime between some teenagers who are about to end up getting murdered that night by the new killer in town named Jason Voorhees. That's when I want to hear that stuff. I was over here that's the lip sync song? Okay. Like, you don't have divas that we could do this with. Okay, bet. But you got these two up here. The spice cabinet and the one that like went to the store and we think they got spices. They sound like they got spices in their house. They up here doing this. I said, really? Okay. Let's watch the lip sync, right? Here's what we're going to do. I know y'all wanted Kenya to go home. And I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Kenya was going to go home based on the lip sync. I can't deny that. Where I want to give her credit, she knew the words. I've seen this episode 6 times. Kenya knew the words. She was even doing, oh no, baby, no, I will fight y'all on this. She knew the words. She did. We're not carrying that over from the previous episodes. No, we will not. Because how would she not know the words after it already became a point of view of her not knowing said words, a whole situation, and yet she's still there. So we're not going to do that. No, she knew the words. No, I will fight y'all on that. I'm going to stand my ground on this. Mia also knew said words. Mia started going into like, at one point, and I was going, you have to do all that? Mia turned her head too, babes. I'm going to fight you on this. I will stand my ground here. They both had moments of turning to their backs to all of us. And so we're not going to just say just because they turned around, we don't know the words. Mama knew the words. I'm not saying she still beat her, though. Are we still here? Are we good? Follow me. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm standing my ground with my point. Kenya knew the words. Kenya also knew when to do a specific donkey kick every time there was a clap. And Rue loved that because it was like literally every time, da 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 da, ah, bah, and it was like, oh. And so I was like, But if I'm thinking about the performance I saw overall, Mia beat her. She knew the words. I'll defend her. She knew them. But I still like Mia's performance better. Because, and I don't even want to put track record into it. I can if I wanted to, but I was here for the piano playing. I was kind of here for like the feel of what Mia was doing. Like Kenya wanted to be there too. So like, yeah, I can see the desperation from them both. I wasn't mad, but I also go, Mama has a W. Mama has a better track record. It felt like there was more storytelling going on and that could have moved forward with this. I'm moving on from that. Y'all can stay there. Do that. I told y'all I'm not doing any arguing this year with y'all. I love you down and I really want to keep it that way, but I'm not changing my mind on that. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, you know what you talk about, right? So we both know what we're talking about, right? Cool, bet. Mia won to me. As much as I was like, can you know the words? And she's like hitting these little marks or whatever. I can't forgive your crunchy dip. I'm glad you just said it was a dip. That was the best part about what happened. Like, yeah. Thank you for saying a dip. Maybe you got points for that. But I just was like, I don't think Mia's story was over just yet. And that's where my perspective of who is winning this and why for me. I thought Kenya did good. I was more into what Mia was doing, but I also was giving Kenya her props. But then at the end of it, I thought it should have been Mia's. But I'm not gonna take something away from somebody. That I won't do. She knew the fucking words. I think she should have went home based off of her runway and based off of the challenge itself, even outside of the lip sync. When they make those rules where it's like the girl did good, however, if we think about everything else, she got to go home. That's the part that threw me off. Because I was like, okay, Mama is out here in maybe a dress or possibly a snakeskin t-shirt. got the panties on, some knee highs, and some fuck ass gloves with a good wig, maybe. And then this bitch is in full Prince garb, not the right wig though, but like she did bad. But even just visually speaking, I feel you should have kept the other girl. So this is why I go, you are all correct. I think Mia won too. We just have different takes on what we saw. And I hope you can respect that. We saw different shit, but I'm still with you on the yeah, I think that baby girl won. Yeah, that Bloody Mary was bad. I mean, the Bloody Mary was really, really bad. Like it was bad, bro. But I storytelling, story-wise, I think, okay, here we go. Storytelling and story-wise. I think they wanted to break up a little bit of the Dion family dynamic. And this was a great way to shake that table a little bit. I think Kenya staying is also a gag because it is like a shakeup in the, for the queens. Like nobody is safe. It could be your last days, this, that, and the other, even if you think that the other girl beat her or do all of this. I'm also feeling like, is it going to set up a feeling of Kenya now being like, I feel like I'm undeserving of being here, or all the queens feel like I should have went home and now I feel like this? Is it a way to push her? Like there's a lot that I feel with the decision of Mia going home as far as production's level of thinking, where can we take this story and how are we going to convey who is going to go forward, who will win, and what the audience wants to see. And so I'm thinking that maybe they wanted this to be the shakeup of the powerhouse as Mia, just like Juicy, having some sort of not going to beat everybody at a lip sync bit. I don't know. And I, again, don't want to take away too much from Kenya, because that's still, while we have opinions, a human being, and we all can be playful and do all that kind of shit. But I feel this was storytelling today. And I love my girls and I want them to, I support, I'll be there at the shows, I'll tip down, period. But like, this was storytelling today. And it gagged me. I'm talking about, did you all see my reaction? For those of you who have my Patreon, y'all saw how I was spooked. I mean, I was like, nuh-uh. Because this is me. I'm watching lip sync. I'm going, okay, Kenya, this is a lot better than that last one. Okay, mama, this is giving. But I'm like, okay, but Mia's working. Mia over here doing the work. We got the piano going and this, that, and that. That's all right. I said, okay, Mia's staying. I'm literally just like, Mia's staying. It was a great ride for Kenya. She's going to have her time again. She's going to come back. It's going to be better. All of that in my mind. She's going to cook a little bit longer. She's going to come back. And it's going to be great. Kenya, Shantae, you stay. I mean, eject me now. What? Huh? Are you sure? And I'm not even thinking about the lip sync. I'm thinking about the show as a whole, the storytelling and everything. Mama was safe through Raider Queen because she was smart and played a social game. We are no longer in a social game anymore. Help. That's where my mind was at. I was like, hold on now. Hold on. Are you eliminating Mia because y'all can't afford the snack budget? Is that what happened to Lise? Is that what's going on? We couldn't afford no more snacks. So she ate all the food. It's like, we got to get that girl out. Okay, don't. They said, we're tired of the big backs. They said, no more big backs this season, even though Mia ain't giving no big back at all. But yeah, I was gagged. If Mia's not asked to be back on this show in any capacity, they're fools. I also see that they should be working with Mia as far as choreography is concerned when they want to do challenges. Where they need to call Jamichael Sims up in there. Jamal Sims. Jamichael Sims. Who the fuck is Jamichael Sims? That sounds like a football player. I think that is a football player. Or someone I went to school with. I don't know. I don't remember. Anywho. Yeah, Stephanie! If me is a big bag, who am I? I know a lot of people were questioning themselves after that happened, like, big bag. I was like, SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay. Yeah, this was wild. I was like, wow. I didn't see this happening. I didn't see it at all. I'm Athena. I'm gooped. Like, why did this dress? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. But I did like Mia's exit. Fuck you, Bloody Mary, you dumb bitch. I thought that was hilarious. And Mia was a good time. Mia was a good time. She was good auntie presence. She also had a resume and a career to back it up. There were some big missteps here and there, and some of the fashions weren't inning at all. But I need Mia back on my TV screen soon because she was a good time. I need my twinsy up there. I need her back up. I need her back up. I'm not going to talk about Untucked, y'all. Brooke Shields did come back there, and if I was Athena Dion, I'd be beyond jealous. I'm beyond jealous of her because that fucking Brooke Shields got to zip you up, bitch. Put it on your resume. But no, I just thought Mia had a little bit more in the tank, so I was a little gagged. And I'm not shading my sister Kenya because I love her now, but I just like, girl, I thought that story was rapid right there. Our sister had a little bit of drag delusion and it caught up with her, but then when she comes back, it'll be like Kenya in full form again, and now you're really about to see it. That's what I thought was going to happen. It seemed it was going in that direction, but I guess not. So yeah, I think, and this is just my thoughts once again, in a little light. I feel production said we're gonna do some shit here. We're gonna take Mia out because her snatch game was that bad, but it's gonna play into the Dion family dynamic of we got the numbers and we got support and we got these people. Okay, if we get Mia out, which didn't seem like that was gonna happen, it's going to shake Athena and it's going to put Juicy either a fire or it's going to pull her down a little bit. And it's going to show that the group isn't as strong as they are. That's one way of looking at this. The two, Kenya comes back in the competition. The queens feel she doesn't deserve that. Now it's going to be a conversation about Discord who didn't get to be in the top, and Kenya's still here, and this doesn't make any sense. And they're trying to create arguments out of that or conflict out of that situation. It also leaves room for the other girls who feel like if they ever were to be in the bottom would say someone like Mia, oh my God, we're in trouble. Just like they feel like with Juicy. But you taking out Mia not only puts one big beast or full-on stunt queen that can go into a lip sync and tear and twirl if it's a mid-tempo or up-tempo number. So there's a lot of ways to look at it. It also, here I go. Mia leaving opens up the storytelling for people who are not getting as much camera time. Believe it or not, Darlene doesn't get as much as you think she is. I feel a few people's confessionals are about to really bump up, and we're going to get a lot more conversations with some fellow people, just so we're clear. So like, yeah, this is interesting how they did that. So I don't agree. I think Mia should stayed for my own reasons, but that was the only part of the episode that just was like, what? Like, Snatch Game was great. Y'all had a good concept here. You may be able to do Love Island again. That was kind of cool. Runway, give them Getty images where the girls are wearing like fashions, bitch, not just iconic outfits, right? And then when it came to the lip sync song, I need y'all to think a little bit differently in the 80s. But also, the decision made was a little wild. Who do I think is going home next week? It's a rusical. I feel, and I'm afraid for my sister Kenya, that the plot device of you were almost gone and everyone thought you should go, will everyone be right or will they be wrong, is going to catch up to her. I think so too, Miami Beach, because Kenya is a good time. Like, honestly, I'm always here for her confessionals. I'm here for her personality, and personality can carry you. It just, with this group of queens where they're also big personalities too, it's starting to get a little tough to like just be the standout each and every week. Because I low-key live for Jane's commentary, even when she gets in her head. Nene is so relatable. Like the whole, I'm not good, but I know I'm good, but then I question if I'm good, but then I can be good. And I just want to be fine, but then I did great. What? Like, I don't know. Nene's fun. Mikey is hilarious. And I live for Mikey's confessionals too. I'm here for Arya Stark, Drew Barrymore, Rosie O'Donnell's bastard child. I'm here for it. And yeah, and then Discord chronically being like either in pain from walking or chronically being like, I'm mad from not being in the top. Yeah, that's holding ground a little bit. So I don't know. I don't like that Mia left before the Rusical. That I'm pissed about. Is that the reason why you let her out? Is that why you took her down? Your storytelling wasn't for her to win. I'm not trying to put that on them, but I'm just saying it's like we know Mia would have ate whatever choreography was be given to them for this Rusical. Maybe she wouldn't emote and maybe she would have been in the bottom, but we know as far as moving is concerned and physically dancing, Mia was going to stomp on that Rusical. Is her being eliminated a way to open the door for another queen to get on the board for the storytelling? And we know now with reality television that production does have ideas on what they want to do. And sometimes they can change their mind based on how the seasons are going, but they like to stay the plan and the course. Oh, Coco, I'm sorry, boo. I'm going to be doing a late live tomorrow for America's Next Top Model documentary. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern here. So if you want to catch that live tomorrow too, we're going to be breaking down that America's Next Top Model documentary that was on Netflix. I want to go through it. We're going to talk about each of the ladies that had interviews from season 1 all the way to, I think Kenya was the last one of the most recent seasons that they had for this top model, but we'll go over them all, talk about Tyra's answers. We're going to have to talk about Tyra's answers to Mr. J, to Miss J, and then, of course, Nigel. But I also want us to like really dive into Miss Thing, who was a part of UPN before she left, and then everything changed. Did you notice that too? That was a gag. Once that woman left, that's when the show went downhill. Once she stepped down and the new person for UPN came in there, it was like, oh, he kind of ruined it. Low key. Like it was something, and it was a phenomenon, and it was still bad. But then when he stepped in, that's when the pot lead-em shit started happening. And it was all the cringy moments of that show. But we'll talk about it tomorrow and break down the documentary, and I'll just give my takes on how I feel about certain things, this, that, and the other, and love to hear your responses and your takes on that too with that live tomorrow. But today, thank you for tuning in and being a part of this conversation for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 8, Snatch Game of Love Island. I thought it was a good episode, but just surprising results. Let me know what you think in the comment section and hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Somebody asked what my top 3, top 5 was. Right now, my top 5. Let's just do my top 5. In no particular order. Nene Coco, Jane Don't, Mikey Meeks, I think that's my 3. If I did the other 2, it's hard because like Juicy, but I don't think Juicy's winning this. If I'm being honest with you, I don't see it. She need too much help. Athena would be great, but I like that they're like low key pulling Athena into like a crisis every fucking episode, and it's kind of funny to watch. I think Athena's too good to have her win the show because they need her back often for like possible other variations. I like Darlene a lot, but Darlene has yet to like blow me away, and that's not being disrespectful. That's just being truthful. Like Darlene has had some really enjoyable moments in their Sweet Treat and all that kind of stuff, but like it's been giving safe, high, or in the bottom. It's never winner chicken dinner. I don't no. Like no. So it was like Discord. No. I'm afraid I'm going to sound a little bit like Tyra Banks here, but say, if you can't walk in heels, I don't want to see you with a crown. Just based off of that solely, not the other stuff, even though that also could be a part of the equation because it low key is a little bit town homie. Chicago, what? Shout out to Miss Toto. I was like, thank you, girl. I need that confirmation. I completely forgot about that. But yes, no, but yeah, those are my three. It's Jane, it's Nene, and it's Mikey, with like Darlene and Juicy and Athena sort of like playing into the 4th and 5th position. And then after that, I don't know who else is left. I love Kenya. She ain't winning. I love her down. She ain't winning. God bless her. She ain't winning. I'm waiting for a cute outfit. Excuse me. I'm waiting for a gorgeous outfit. She's had some cute ones. That's truthful. She's had some cute ones, but I'm waiting for like that bow. It's not happening so far, so I don't know what's going on. And the girls who've been bowing, we've been seeing them with some W's, and I'm not seeing that for some of the other girls. I've been seeing some pew pews, but I want shotguns. I need the shells to hit the body. Do you feel me, bitch? I don't need you playing target practice with your 9mm girl. I need you to be out here shooting holes. Okay, fucking shit up. And that's what I like with Drag Race. When the girls come out here and they play, mama. Nene playing. She acting like she not. Oh, she's playing. Jane in it, but she keep on getting in her own way every now and then. She don't get that W. Mikey wants it bad. And Mikey, I like it. So those are my three. So we're currently right now. But I like this season. It's been a fun ride. High key, Vita would have been in my top 4. But Vita's gone. So I even had Mia in my 5, but she left this episode. Because that was my top 5. It was Nene, Jane, Mikey, Vita, Mia. Are Mikey and Juicy dating? I don't know. I don't follow soft tops, you know. I don't know. I don't know. They can be great sometimes. A good blouse, okay? But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have blouses in my closet. But I wish them the best. Splooch, splooch. Anywho, I gotta go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I had a great time talking about Drag Race with y'all today. Like I said, hit the like button, share, subscribe, come about this Rampant family. Leave a comment, talk about this episode in the comment section. Thank you for watching this either in portrait mode or in landscape mode. You're the best. And shout out to my last tippy poo of the day. It's from Leah on Venmo. For the kitties, the tea, and on point RPDR convo. Emoji tea, popper, and a heart. That is a party popper, but we're just gonna call it poppers because we're gay. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, and thank you so much, Leah, and thank you so much for the super chats. Everybody who was here today, have yourselves a good night. I will see you tomorrow for America's Next Top Model Breakdown inside Tyra Banks ice cream shop. Crazy big foreheaded lady, giant head, wigs bad. Everyone. No, I'm kidding, but yes, we'll get into it tomorrow. And do all that. Have yourselves a great night, everybody. Please stay safe out there. I want to see you the next day. Until next time, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Listen.